Slaptail Squad, assemble.
If you're listening to this, you remember the great Slaptail Nation, my nation. And who am I? I'm the Beaveman, master of the universe, creator of all things great and small, and Lord High Commander of the great Slaptail Nation Army. And with me today, here in the Beaver Den, with an ass so fine it'll make it way on violate the first commandment, the Padme to my Darth Vader, the evil into my Skeletor. Is that it?
A woman so stingy with her pussy.
I feel like there should be another one. The Catwoman to my Batman. Although he's not evil. Well, he is kind of, if you think about it. Really. He's a billionaire beating up poor people and mentally deranged people. Is that good? I don't think it is. Batman might be wrong. I might get some pushback on that. Anyway, a woman who's as stingy with her pussy as Scrooge McDuck is with $1. I give you the Swan. Say hello, Swan.
Hello, Swan.
How are you?
I'm feeling pretty good. My chupacabra got groomed today.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And yet you invited family over, and I will not get to see said chupacabra for some time. Well, now it's not the chupacabra.
She's the naked chupacabra.
Now it is the wee bald beaver.
Ah, the wee bald beaver. Yes.
Yes. Also with us. Also,
you got a list?
Uh-oh.
Are you Tweety Bird?
It's Sylvester.
Oh, it's Sylvester.
Yeah, I hate Tweety Bird.
Tweety Bird is annoying.
He's like a little, hate him so much.
He's like
I
a
would
little
smash his head.
antagonizing jerk.
Yeah, I hate him.
Didn't Sylvester want to smash his head?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
That was the whole point.
I don't remember. I
always rooted for Sylvester and the Coyote. Because I fucking hate the Roadrunner too.
And the Bugs Bunny. Did you root for the Bugs Bunny when he?
You always root for Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny's cool.
Bugs is the shit. Bugs Bunny and Snoopy are probably my favorites of all time. Anyway, also with us today, here from the stickiest section of the French Quarter, where she is constantly baking bread from her secretions that come from her ever-draining vaginismal area.
No. Why do you make it worse every time?
Because it bothers you.
I just know we're talking about you.
I'm the only other person here.
Oh. The one who could grow several things in a petri dish just by touching or coming into close proximity to her. We give you Gigi. Bonjour, Gigi.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Incidentally, she is not French at all.
Nope.
Nope, not French.
It's just a thing that we do.
But I'd like a little French in me.
Heyo. So old.
Sounds smelly. Okay. And I was talking about your vag, not the French guy.
Oh.
No.
Anyway.
My vag is nice. How do you know? You haven't been in it.
Thank God.
I think all of us can put our foot in it at the same time.
I was just going to say
God.
Good.
No feet
like
in there.
Gorge.
We could probably do the high dive.
It is
Do the high dive right into that.
No, it is the opposite. It would be difficult to shove all the feet in there.
She's like all the feet. At least two. You can fit two in there.
Not even one.
Not even more. Not more than two.
Not more than one.
More than two at a time. Also with us today, sitting in and shutting the fuck up, is an audience member who must be so hard up for entertainment that he's sitting in on our podcast.
Well, I mean, he's hanging out with someone who he needs a break from.
I see. Okay.
So what's more entertaining?
Well, it's spooky season. Spooky season is almost over for most of the normal people, I guess, out there, but it's never over for the Beaveman. I always enjoy spookiness.
Or the JD Hutchins.
Or the JD, as I'm getting to it.
Oh,
but that's fine.
Okay, fine. I was just...
Feel free to jump in, as if you thought I forgot the Dark Lord of Browntown. I did not forget the Dark Lord of Browntown. I was getting to it.
Okay.
But the spookiest among us is not here with us yet again today. For some reason, he's decided that being an adult is more important.
His parental obligations are preventing him. I guess we'll let him have a pass this time since he's being a good father.
He gets a pass.
Gets a pass.
I did not say that.
We did.
It was just said by
2 against 1.
2/3 of the squad that are here right now. And of course, their importance
Two
does not
against
equal
one
mine.
that are
Does not equal me.
Equal one.
2 is greater than 1.
Is it because we're women?
No, it's because you're both idiots.
Oh.
Wow, you're so
And
nice.
you're like our head idiot or what?
Why not? What's your point?
He's the
The
head.
leader of the fools.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
What is your point?
I mean, it's your circus. It's your monkey.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room
is now dumber for having listened
to it.
I award you
I
no
award
points.
you no points,
And may God have mercy on your
and
soul.
may God have mercy on your soul.
See, you've been told that several times.
Yes, I have.
That's why you know it.
That's why I know it.
Anyway, it's spooky season. For spooky season, I gave them all an assignment to write a scary story, spooky story, whatever. Do you think they did it?
Yes.
Fuck no, they didn't.
I did mine.
I told them back in September.
I wrote mine.
I'm like,
today.
hey, we gotta have you guys have your stories ready? You guys have no.
Yep,
I did
mine's
mine
done.
today.
Mine was done a long time ago.
Good
in
for
my
you.
mind.
Good for you. I did mine today, and I do my best work under pressure.
Mhm.
Same.
Same. That's
The
called-
art of procrastination.
All right.
I'm good at
Anyway, who would like to go first? Who has a good spooky story?
Well, maybe you, since you should just show us up.
I asked you two. Who wants to go first?
Well, we chose you to go first as our leader.
Wow.
Lead by example.
No fighting.
You should go first.
No fighting.
You think I have your paperwork?
All right. Do you want to go first, B-Man, or do you want me to go first?
He doesn't want to go first. He wants his to be so
Mine is
last.
awesome.
Mm.
I'll go first. I don't care.
Okay, you can do
Mine's
it.
awesome.
Does it inspire awe? Does it
Yeah, actually it
inspire
does.
awe?
Actually, it does.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right.
Show us.
I will
Let's hear
prepare
the
to be in
so-called
amazement.
story.
Why is it so called? It actually is a story.
Yeah, that has yet
So
to
called
be
has
proven.
nothing to do with it.
That's
So
yet to be
cold.
It
proven.
is indeed a story. I have so called it a story, so it is a story.
Excellent.
The title of this story is Who
Is so
that?
important.
Who the
that their
fuck
phone
is getting
is
signals
dinging.
on their fucking phone?
Oh,
During
you
a
better turn that
goddamn
shit off. You better
podcast.
turn that shit off, guest. Or you're gonna be
I-
exiled.
Will stab you in the eye with a spoon.
You'll scoop
I
it
have a
out.
letter opener right here.
Oh,
can
No,
get
that's too
surgery.
sharp. Use the chapstick. Gouge his eye out with the chapstick.
just gonna embalm it.
All right. The title of this story is Patricia.
Patricia,
Patricia.
my
Yeah,
love.
Patricia.
Patricia, my
The
love.
story's called Patricia.
Okay, not
Okay.
Patty.
Do you want us to be
She
quiet?
actually does not go by. She doesn't go by Patty. Her name's Patricia.
She goes by Trish.
No, she doesn't go by that either. She's actually just Patricia.
She wants to go by Trish.
No, but she doesn't.
She does.
As the person who wrote this story, I can tell you honestly that she does not want to go by Trish.
Maybe
likes
she's
her
just too
full
scared to
God-given
tell you.
name.
She's just
I
too
mean-
scared to tell you she wants to go by Trish.
She secretly wants to go by Trixie, but
Oh, I like
Oh.
that. Yeah.
so she named her dog that. But that's not the point. The point is that in this story, she prefers Patricia.
Okay.
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 Does this story want us to just be quiet and listen, or should
Yeah,
we comment
yeah, that's
along
kind of
the
how
way?
a story goes.
Do you want me to tell you how the story goes? You want me to ad lib it for you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You are terrible at improv
I'm really good at it.
because you're good at everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what all manic people say. Anyway,
Private delusions of grandeur.
yes.
Yes.
The title of this story
Patricia.
is Patricia.
She's a roller skate.
Now, why would she be a roller skater?
I don't know.
What is that?
An inanimate object.
There's no context to what you've said. It makes no sense.
I'm just
Want me
guessing.
to roll the clip?
Yes, roll the clip. No, I don't roll the
Okay,
clip.
then.
I don't want to hear it again.
I'm going to ask you to nicely
Shut the fuck up.
be quiet.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Go
The
ahead.
title of this story is
Can
still
you
Patricia.
tell us the
Yes, I
story
can.
for now?
Yes.
Otherwise, we're going to start all over. Did you know I'm from Detroit?
I will mute you.
Don't mute me.
I will totally mute you if
No.
you don't be quiet.
Okay, I'm being quiet. Okay,
Here we
go.
go.
The title of this story is Patricia.
Well, I think I've already said that.
Oh, okay. Begin.
But for those of you who are just tuning in, it's still Patricia.
Wants to be called Tish.
Trixie. The sun was shining and there was a nice breeze. The boy approached Patricia shyly. She was surrounded by all the other popular girls. "Oh boy, look who's headed this way," said Beth, giggling. Patricia looked up, and there he was, she thought, waddling his way toward them. I don't know why he bothers, she thought. There was no way she was going to risk her 5th grade popularity by going with that butterball. He was honestly very cute, if she was honest with herself. He had long black, silky hair, and olive-toned skin. But he was overweight and not popular. He was the only kid in school that wasn't white. Truthfully, lots of the girls thought he was cute, but would not dare go with someone that all the boys disliked. No one would risk their popularity.
Those are repressed childhood memories. Okay, carry on.
Mm-hmm. Maybe one of the chubby trailer park girls would go with him, but not any of the girls she hung around with. "Hello, Patricia," he said quietly. "I was wondering if you would like to go with me." His eyes were dark brown, almost black, and so hopeful. "I'm sorry, Eric. I would never go with you." "Never?" he said, his eyes appearing to moisten a bit. "What would I have to do to make you like me?" "I don't think there is anything you could do. I don't know. Maybe if you weren't so fat." "I would never date a fat boy." "I would never love a fat boy. I would never love you." The other girls laughed. "Fat boy," they chanted. Patricia could see a group of the popular boys headed her way. Even if you lost weight, you still wouldn't be popular. And I don't think you could ever lose weight. By now, the other boys had come to join in. They started pushing Eric around. She could see him clenching his fist. He looked back at her one last time and walked away. There was a moment when she felt bad for what she did, but she quickly put that thought out of her head. He was just some dumb fat kid, and she was popular. As years went by, Patricia matured. She made the honor roll. She was the head cheerleader, a forward on the basketball team, and in the National Honor Society in high school. She never thought about Eric. His family moved away in 6th grade after his father died. In college, she majored in business. She never really expected to do anything with it. She figured she would maybe get into real estate. Didn't really matter. What she really wanted was to have a family. She dated a bit, nothing serious, until the last semester of her senior year. That was when she met Victor. Victor was beautiful. He was from Maine. He was second-generation American. His family had immigrated from Spain. And their romance was a whirlwind. In less than a year, they were married, and she moved with him to Maine, where he worked as a pharmacist. And their years together were amazing. Trips to different countries, romantic dinners, dancing. And before she knew it, she was pregnant with her first child, a girl. They named her Marisol. Not even 2 years later, the twin boys came along, and they named them Marcos and Esteban. Victor did well as a pharmacist. His customers loved him, and he was an amazing father. And life goes by quickly, and soon she was attending her 10-year reunion, then her 20th and her 25th, seeing her old friends, the popular boys and girls, seeing all the changes, the hair loss, the weight gain, the longing looks from her girlfriends when they say how gorgeous Victor was and how he continued to look so distinguished and handsome as he aged. Her children grew from babies to school age to high schoolers in college. Her life could not have been any better. And Victor, forever by her side, supporting her every step of the way. When she reached the age of 50, she started to feel achy each morning, and she would step on the scale and note that her weight was decreasing. At first, she was happy about it because she was not even trying to lose weight, but Victor was concerned. His training in medicine scared him. He told her it was not normal. She saw her doctor, and they did all sorts of tests, but they only showed that she was anemic. They recommended an iron-rich diet and just some iron supplements. As the days dragged into weeks and then months, her conditions worsened. She had to have iron infusions and then blood transfusions. She saw hematologist after hematologist, that's a blood doctor, but nothing. She had CTs and MRIs and tons of lab work, but they could not determine why she continued to lose blood. She would look in the mirror and not recognize herself. Her hair was falling out. Her skin was pale. It was hard for her to breathe, and yet Victor was there by her side all the time. Beautiful Victor, so healthy looking. She started to hate him. In spite of herself, she spoke maliciously to him when he took care of her, taking her to appointment after appointment. He always expressed his concern that they could not figure out what was wrong. And then the worst news. The doctors were out of answers. They had exhausted all their resources. She was requiring so many transfusions to stay alive, and all they could do was offer hospice care. The children, the grandchildren, she would not see all their hopes and dreams come true. She would not know that joy. She doubted in her heart that there was an afterlife. She didn't believe in heaven or hell, the God or the devil. The hospice nurses explained about care at the end of life. They talked to her and Victor about the use of medication to relieve pain and shortness of breath. And because of his training, Victor could administer her medications basically as often as she needed it. They talked to her about grief and acceptance of what was to come to make her at peace. And her beautiful children and grandchildren came to say goodbye. And there was Victor by her side. The windows grew dark as she drifted in and out of her morphine-induced slumber. She awoke at 1 a.m. to see Victor at her bedside, but he was not alone. She did not recognize the man dressed in black when he moved. The light never seemed to fall on his face, so she could see him clearly. He leaned close to her and said, "Patricia, would you like to hear a story?"
Dun, dun, dun.
She nodded her head and whispered, "Sure, I have nowhere else to be," as she smiled weakly. He began to speak. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Eric. Eric came from an abusive household where his father drank heavily and took out his anger on his mother and on him. His father was an evil man. He verbally and physically abused Eric, but he was clever. He never left a mark where it could be seen. Eric tried not to hate his father, but he did. Eric tried to make friends, but it was not easy for him. Eric's father was a white man, but his mother was from Guatemala, and so Eric himself could not pass for a white person. His father insisted on living where he grew up, and because of this, Eric went to a school where he was the only one different. Children were mean. He could not make friends despite his best efforts, so he would read and eat. There was a girl in his English class that he thought was nice. She had once shared her cookie with him. He wanted her to love him, but when he expressed his love, she was cruel to him. "That's horrible," Patricia whispered, her mouth very dry. "Isn't it?" the stranger replied. Eric was devastated. He threw himself into the world of books. He read everything. He was especially interested in ancient history, world religions, and the sciences. One day, he found a book, a special book. This book was a book of ancient, dark magic. I mean, there was no way that was real, right? The book promised that if a deal was made, that Eric could change his life. One small offering and Eric could have what he wanted, so Eric made the deal. And the next morning, Eric's father passed away from a sudden heart attack as he slept. Eric and his mother moved to Guatemala. He loved it there. He made friends, he blossomed, he lost weight, played football, what we call soccer, did well in school, and had lots of girlfriends. But he never forgot. No, he never forgot. And the book, well, he stole it. As Eric was an American citizen, he moved back to the U.S. to attend university, graduate, and start a career. He enjoyed his work, but his goals were not met. Through the use of the book, he found the girl who broke his heart so long ago. Their meeting was not by chance. He did all the right things, said all the right words, and stupid girl that she was, she easily succumbed to his charms. They were married and had children, and every night, just a little bit at first, a man would come to them and remove some of the bad girl's blood. As the days passed, they removed more and more, and Eric continued to feel healthy and look beautiful while the bad girl withered. It didn't matter how much blood her doctors gave her, she would not recover. Weaker and weaker until she could barely breathe, so much so that she was placed in hospice care, and her husband was placed in charge of giving her precious morphine when the nurses weren't there. "Do you understand, Patricia?" the man said. Patricia nodded her head and cried weakly. "But I love you, Victor," Patricia said. Victor looked at Patricia and said, "Oh, Patricia, you said you could never love a fat boy." He squirted 3 droppers of morphine into Patricia's mouth. She took her last breath, and as the world slipped away, she heard him say, "And my name is Eric, but you already knew that."
Wow. That was awesome.
Now your story sucks in comparison to that, doesn't it? You don't even want to read your story, do you?
No, I want to read my story.
Yeah, I want to read my story. Yeah, I want to read my story. Thoughts on my spooky story?
Eric's playing the long game.
Yes, he did. That's very
It's my
interesting.
my kind of man right there.
Hold a grudge, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Jesus.
honestly, I took out the last part of it. I was going to say that he killed the entire family, but you know,
Oof.
I kept it charming.
Charming. Just
Is
charming.
that what you say? Is charming? Because he didn't kill everybody, just
Ain't got
her.
everybody, just
I
her.
wish he would have called her ugly. Like, you're ugly, Patricia. Your soul is ugly. Just like your body.
But he didn't need to do that because
And she already thought she was ugly. Just even
I'm sure.
worse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, then. Who would like to do their story next? Oh, see, neither one wants to go, do you?
Nobody wants to go next. Nobody wants to go
I'll
next.
go next. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Can I give you the premise of my story?
No,
Why
just
would
read-
you give
why?
us the premise
Read your
of the
story.
story?
Okay, read
Here
your
we go.
story.
Here we go.
No.
Zip it.
Zip it.
No.
No.
This is-
Mm.
All right.
Come
It
on.
is called Garage Sale Gal.
That's a dumb name.
Garage sale.
Zip it.
She's
I didn't
like-
make fun of your story. Fuck off.
Does she shop
My
at
story
tell
kicked
my-
ass.
She stops at the
Your
dollar.
story was
stops
okay.
At the dollar stores.
Oh, now my story was okay. So now she just wants to say my story was okay.
No, your
Does
story. I
Garage
read it.
Okay.
Does-
You're ripping
Oh,
on me
yeah,
before
my
I even tell my
story's just
story.
okay.
I didn't rip on you. Like, give me a
My
fucking
story is
second.
okay.
Let him get it out of the way. Let him get out of the way. He's got
Fine,
to.
Get your shit off. Come on.
I'm good.
Barf it out. Say all the crap.
It's cute.
You done
That's
yet?
cool. That's cool. Shut up over there, Marco. Be quiet.
Ooh, you gotta shut up. He's not even talking. He's just
He's
miming.
making hand signals and they're noisy.
He's
I'm gonna
just
have to edit
miming.
those out.
Can you make your hand signals more erotic? More
Erotic or neurotic?
neurotic, erotic.
Okay.
Like, just make them more entertaining.
All right.
Just make them more entertaining.
Vajij, it is your turn.
Swaji, go ahead.
It's
You're Swaji together.
Gigi.
Together you are Swaji.
Swaji.
Now you are Vaswaji.
Swaji.
Or Vaswaji. Go ahead, Vajij.
All right. Are you going to be quiet when I tell my story?
I
Or you're gonna
will. I can't speak for the Swan, though.
Make... Swan, you going to be quiet too?
I was
Okay.
very quiet.
You were wonderful.
See, that's the most
Okay.
quiet I was. It was about 5 minutes of quiet
Okay. Mine won't take as long as his story, but here we
because
go.
you don't have as much literacy as he does.
No, I do. I just didn't have to
Oh, she
draw
does.
it out that long.
Ooh.
Oh, I drew it
Ooh.
out, you say. You're saying the story was drawn out. You're saying there was...
No, it was build up, which is good, but
Okay, all right.
you have more build up than
She
I do.
wants
Mine's
she
mine's
wants
more
hers fast. She
Mine's
wants
not
it
a
fast
build up
and to the
story.
point.
Why are you making excuses about your story?
I'm not making excuses. It's just different than yours.
Okay.
Let me fucking tell it.
Are you
What's
an
your
air
sto-
traffic
okay.
controller
No,
over there?
what's going over? Mark, are you distracting? Zip it.
Zip it. He's not even saying anything.
You know that I've got an entire bag of Zip It.
I got a whole bag of shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, now can I?
Translation.
Oh
Shut
my
the fuck up. Zip it.
Zip It. What was the name of this
Garage sale gal.
dumpster diving whore?
No.
That's what I heard.
Okay, Patricia, shut the fuck up.
Dollar
Oh, I'm not
store
Patricia.
bitch.
I
Dollar
know
store
you're
bitch.
Eric.
Any hoobaduba.
Any
Here we
hooba
go.
stink. I don't like that. It's dumb.
I love any hooba
Tell
stink.
my story.
I hate it. Stupid. Quiet for Gigi. Gigi has the microphone.
Gigi
It's
on
her
the set.
turn. Gigi
Quiet
on
on
the
set.
set. Gigi on the set.
And
You are the worst.
I know.
The worst.
And go. Hurry up. Go. Go before your phone times out.
She pops out of bed, looking over to the man passed out, almost gone. She smooths her hair into a tight ponytail
white.
with her favorite scrunchie. Shut the fuck up. Let me tell my story. His breath slows and she smiles, knowing it's going to be a good day.
So she's sitting on him.
She slips on her ankle socks, white Keds, jean jacket to match her denim capris, and sets out on her weekend adventure while he slips away. The sales are calling her name. That storage unit won't fill itself without the precious knickknacks and trinkets that fill her heart with glee. Each glass and ceramic item she finds to fit her needs feels like a new conquest. She walks to each house searching for that perfect item to add to her family. Each one she finds gives her a jolt of excitement. Her basket fills over, and she stops at her car to empty the haul. After a long day of searching,
With her full basket.
scuffs on her Keds.
Gigi is
Zip it!
Shut
Her
up.
basket
I
full.
didn't
Interrupt your story,
your
motherfucker.
story.
I'm
You
gonna
just shut
start
up
again.
Over there.
Fuck
We're going to
you.
mute your fucking microphone and she's going to start all over again. And now look what you did. Now you broke it.
I can't help it that I'm strong in the force.
Oh
You
my
just-
God. Just
no.
let me. I didn't interrupt your story. You interrupted mine. That's rude.
Mine was so compelling.
Stop being
No, it
rude.
wasn't. Okay, it
Shut
wasn't as
up.
compelling.
Mute yourself.
I'm starting over.
Oh God, please
No,
don't do that.
don't do that.
Then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if her basket was full.
Her
Oh
basket's
my
full.
God.
Now shut up.
What's it full with?
Your mom.
Ugh.
Sausage?
Sausage.
all right.
Your dad's sausage. Yeah, we've all seen it.
Unfortunately. Vajij, we've all seen it. It's not great.
It's not great.
Good. It's not good, Vajij.
It's not good.
I'll tell you that story later.
Yes. Okay.
I don't
Carry
wanna
on.
talk about
You don't want to talk about his dad's sausage?
You made me lose my flow. Fuck
You
you.
guys made me ink.
I was super quiet during your story, and
Yeah.
what are you doing to me? You're being completely rude.
Rude. Very rude. Bad Beaveman.
You're
Bad.
talking too, Swan.
I'm helping you.
Okay, then both of you need to shut the fuck up. I'm going to start over.
Yeah. Yeah. Shut up. Shut up.
I want to hear the whole thing as
No.
one.
Oh my
Nobody needs that.
God.
Oh, but we had to listen to fucking Patricia go on and on.
Trish. We had to listen to Trish.
Trixie, whatever the bitch's name. All right. Let me get where I am. So my last part was her basket fills over and she stops at her car to empty the hull. Scuffs on her keds, dirt on her brow, an empty wallet, and joy in her heart. She drives out to her second home. Unit 616 is the place. She slides the door up and feels the heat escape. The shadows hide the treasure, the vases and glass jars filled with those who have scorned her in the past. She runs her fingers over the glass jars, each labeled with the first name and the crime against her. By day, her work at the crematorium is long, yet satisfying. Ashes to ashes makes more sense than a body in a box. She is happy to comply. It makes it much easier for her in the end when she wants to rid herself of those who have hurt her or have hurt others that she knows. She's just doing the work that needs to be done. When she returns home with a multitude of treasures from the garage sales, she goes into her bedroom to untie her hair, clean off her keds, and deal with the task at hand. She feels for a pulse. Nothing. She knows it is done. It satisfies her to watch the slow decline of each death. Tomorrow, she will watch his body burn in the incinerator, collect his ashes, and place them in the new cobalt blue vase she found on her recent expedition. Yes, cobalt blue is perfect for him. It matches his dead, cold eyes. He will find his new home in Unit 616, among the others, and he won't be the last. The end.
You can speak now. She's done.
I'm done. Oh, fuck you. That was way better. Way better than yours.
Oh, you dream on.
No, not dream on.
Yours
Mine was
not good.
yes, it was. You
was
just
not
you just
good.
want to give me a compliment.
Not good.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm just saying. I'm just
kidding me? Are you kidding me?
okay. So she's like a garage sailing serial killer that works at the morgue crematorium to dispose of her bodies, and then she collects them in a storage unit.
Yeah,
What
and
about their families
Yeah,
that
why wouldn't the
want
families want their ashes?
their ashes? Like, so
They don't know that. They think they're being buried. I didn't finish. Like, there's
They
more
think they're being
details.
buried?
You can infer what you want, but
well,
this
when they
is-
want when they see the body, then she take the body afterwards.
She,
Who's paying for this
maybe
funeral?
she does a funeral and then she cremates the body and keeps it.
I have to say, this
Buries
is one cheap bitch.
She is kind of
She goes garage sailing to put
for
like,
urns.
This is
She
going to be
loves
the
garage
greatest
sales.
treasure of all time, and she gets some, and it's got like the drunk guy on it, who's like
no, I didn't say that.
from the 50s.
No, it's not
and
one
all
of
that
those. They're
terrible shit
beautiful
that-
glass vases and ceramic vases. It's like it's not.
Oh yeah, you see that all the time at garage sales.
You do.
You do, you absolutely do. I would not know because I don't go to garage sales.
Fine, whatever.
There's so many flaws.
There's
in it.
a lot of holes in this
A lot of
story,
flaws.
but she
It's
wrote it
continuity.
today, so we'll give her
No,
a
I
pass.
didn't write it today. I wrote over the last few days. Thank you very much.
Great.
Hmm.
You know what? You two are assholes.
Isn't
You
that
two
her
are
job?
assholes. That's not cool.
Marco's giving it 2 thumbs up.
Thank
so
you, Marco. Which was
But-
better, Marco? Mine or Beaveman?
Mine?
mine.
Thank you. See, he's pointing. Slaptail Nation. He's pointing to me, and my story was better.
He's probably just is afraid of you because you're very loud.
Yeah, he should be afraid of me.
Look at her. She
And
already
he
wants to
doesn't-
blow
and
it.
he doesn't want to punch a
blow it.
woman.
I didn't
He
say
doesn't want.
She already wants to blow
He
it.
doesn't want to punch a woman in the vag.
Oh my god.
He definitely doesn't want to touch your vag.
No.
No, at all. Not at
Whatever.
all. My my
Let's go back to Vajij's story.
Okay, go back to Vajija's story.
Vajij. What did she do
Does
to
he
these
even have a
men
name?
that they wasted away?
Listen, it's a short story. It doesn't have to give all the details. You
Well,
get to
how?
you get to
Was she
infer
using,
what
like,
you think happened.
Magic or acid?
Oh my god, it doesn't have to
I
be.
mean, was this a really long time?
God.
She gave him like LSD and took him on a bad trip.
Well, how did they waste away?
Some sort
Maybe
of slow
they're-
poisoning. I don't
maybe
know.
they're tied
So
to
you're
the
saying
bed.
they
Like,
were wasting it, but not like shrinking.
No, they were slowly dying, like in her
Okay,
bed.
well, that was very confusing.
Well, I'm sorry you're not smart enough to figure that out.
It was not. It
Ooh.
was not very descriptive.
All right.
Ooh.
I can make it better, but I'm just saying this is what I had.
Make it better. Make
I
it
mean,
better.
First, this is a, like a
rough
third
draft.
Sure.
It's a rougher
Yeah,
draft.
Sure,
but
yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, it was good. It was
Oh
good.
my
It was
God.
good.
Did garage sale girl have a name? She's just like nameless.
No, there's no name. I don't.
Bitch.
I feel like her name is Patricia.
Oh no, I don't think she's Patricia.
Just kidding.
Patricia doesn't shop at garage sales.
No.
Patricia
Yeah, but
is
this
like
is her
Gucci
snobby
bags.
bitch.
This is her secret life. You have to understand.
No.
Yes.
Snobby bitch. She
No.
doesn't.
This is going to turn into a murder ballad eventually. We're going to turn this
Murder
into a
ballad.
song.
Oh, who
Yes.
can't wait for that song to come out?
Don't invite me to that. I'm not coming.
Yeah,
That's
please
fine.
don't.
You don't have to. My friend Darcy will love it.
Darcy.
Mhm. Well,
You
Nice.
probably okay. We won't be mean to Darcy because we
Okay.
don't really know her.
There you
no,
go.
I'll
we
just
have
be
to meet her
mean
at
to
least
be.
once.
Yeah, we gotta be mean. We gotta meet her. I think we have met her.
You have met
I
her.
don't think so.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
have.
actually
You
met
met her at one of her
Yeah, we
shows.
God, I fucking didn't.
You
You
did.
did. You did. You did.
Oh my God. Yes, you
You
did.
did.
Nice.
She said, "This is my friend Darcy." Yeah.
Darcy's
Yeah.
like,
Singing.
you are.
And you are. Yeah. Yeah. Aww.
Oh. What's the matter, Gigi? You want to be the boss? You want to be in charge?
She wants
Are
to
you gonna
I
wear.
squirt
am the
some?
boss. I am in
You want
charge.
to? You want to squirt some?
She wants
Gonna
to. She probably squirted like 10 times today, and she hasn't even washed her.
I didn't even know it.
That's why
But
she's
she's in the aluminum chair, and we can wipe that one down.
That's why she's in pajamas right now. She's in her comfy
I'm in
clothes.
lounging clothes, not pajamas.
Oh, lounging clothes.
Lounging.
Mhm. Okay, Swan, I do believe you are next.
I'm next. I don't mind.
Everybody be quiet.
Yeah, everybody be
Oh,
quiet.
wait, not, I mean, like, don't interrupt the middle of the story like you two did.
I didn't interrupt. I was trying to.
did.
No, I only
You jumped
interrupted
in with him.
after I was telling him to shut up. I was trying to defend you.
Gosh.
I mean, y'all can interrupt. I'll just start over every single time. Cuckoo? Who's Cuckoo?
Beaveman is.
Mine does not have a title. Mine is called Spooky
Can I just say this?
Season
Can I just
Story.
say this before we go too far?
Sure.
Vajij, that it was unfair for
Yeah.
me what I said about your story.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Was it like a train wreck? Car crash?
That was an airplane.
An airplane?
World War II.
Oh. It was unfair.
Whatever. Just
Whatever.
continue.
Whatever.
Both of you. Such a dick. You're such a dick to me. I'm such a good friend.
it brings
and
him
You know,
joy.
I
Such
have
a dick.
I've prescribed that to Swan before, but she didn't go get it filled. A slipidectomy.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
I want to revisit how upset Gigi was when you were mad at her a couple weeks ago. Let's revisit that.
No,
before
we're
we
not.
start
Let's
my
just tell your
It's kind of-
story.
she's going to be
Why you
mad
get
at
mad?
me. She's going to get mad at me.
Oh my gosh, just do your story.
Why are you blocking?
She doesn't want to revisit that. It was traumatic.
It was traumatic.
Ogres are like onions.
They have layers.
What, they make you cry?
Everybody loves parfait.
You know what? It's your turn, Swan. We're
It's my
patiently
turn?
waiting for
Okay.
you.
Mine is called Spooky Season Story. That's its title because it doesn't have a title. And
If
All
you
right.
have to explain, never mind.
that's just how I made a note in my phone because I make notes these days. All right. I want to nominate someone else to read it. Can I nominate you to read my story?
Who's you?
Who's you?
Beaveman. Will you
Why?
read-
I don't know anything
because-
about your story.
Can I
How
read
would I
it?
know when to
I'm more
inflect?
dramatic. I'll
Because
do.
you have a good reading voice.
Oh, look at you. Let me do
I
it.
wanna read
know.
it.
I want to do it.
I wanna read it.
I'm like an actress and stuff.
Because I go really fast and it won't
Give
give
me your goddamn thing.
Okay. I'm going to hand him my phone. Oh, where is it? There you go.
I'm sure there's full of typos.
It's not full of typos. I corrected it.
And this is called
Spooky
Spooky
Season Story.
Season Story.
Don't read it dumb.
A
Read
swan
it good.
joint. Swan joint. Yo.
I don't know what that means. Okay. Carry
Okay.
on. Go ahead. And he
Number-
can't read. He can't interrupt if he's reading it. That's great.
But yet you are.
I am interrupting my own story.
It's your story.
I know. I'll try to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet for my story. Read it with good voice. And go.
Ambrosia had always known she was different. It's that whole third eye in the middle of her forehead.
No, stop.
No,
Don't
what?
ad-lib to it. Don't. Read it. Start it over and read exactly what I wrote.
Fine. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Assy.
Let's try this
story.
again, Swan. Can we?
Yeah, let's try it again and do it the right way.
Absolutely.
I nominated you. I should have probably gave it to Gigi because
Yep.
she'd have read my story.
You chose poorly,
I
Swan. I'm
did.
sorry.
I was
Poorly.
trying to give him the benefit of the doubt that he would do my story justice like he wanted the respect out of his story, but instead he's going to be a dick.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Ambrosia had always known she was different, but it's mostly because she was an amber-colored solid on the end of an old man's cane.
Can you stop? Give it to me. Just give it to me. You're being a
Sorry,
jerk.
that's amber.
You're being a jerk. I'm not even excited about you reading my story
All right,
anymore.
I'm done.
No, you're not.
I shall now
No,
read
you have
it.
at least like 4 more times where you fuck with it.
Okay. If I may,
You may.
quiet on set.
Take 4.
Take
3.
Okay, 3.
Just take 3.
Ambrosia had always known she was different. Ever since she was little, she could see the spirits of the dead. At first, it was innocent. Shadowy figure here, jerking off in the corner.
No, give it to me.
died from-
Give it to me.
Died from erotic
Fucking
asphyxiation.
give it to me. Give me my fucking story.
God damn it. You
You're
can't
not
even do it.
You're an asshole. I hope that you die in your sleep tonight.
Wow.
That's
mean.
Harsh.
I'm going to plug your CPAP hose tonight.
Oh.
It's not going to kill me.
Okay. I don't even know. I'm going to put Drano down your CPAP hose tonight. And see
Instead
what
of water,
happens.
instead of distilled
Yes.
water,
It's
just
Not
right now.
clever if you keep talking about killing me on a podcast.
No one will believe this cute face.
Nobody can see your face on the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm
dumbass.
sorry.
They use their
Audio
imagination.
medium,
They
Mike.
can use their imagination.
All right.
Would you like to read it, Gigi?
Yes, I would love
Okay,
to.
Gigi,
And I won't fuck it up
and
like
he's
some
not.
people.
She's not going to be a dick
She
like
will.
you
She'll
are.
be tempted.
No, she
and
won't.
then she'll
She won't.
crack.
Be great. She's
Be
not.
quiet.
Shut up over there. Mute yourself.
Ambrosia had always known she was different.
It was that whole arm growing out of her forehead.
Stop it! I hate you.
You're being an asshole. Stop.
That comes so naturally
on.
for him.
That's not cool. Let me
Would
tell-
anybody expect anything less?
Jesus balls. This is
Jesus'
ridiculous.
balls.
I don't know if he
I'm
has
pretty
balls.
sure they're. Well, he
I think he's
probably did.
More like a Ken doll. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
no,
I don't know.
I think Jesus had a huge hog. Personally.
Probably
Huge hog.
That's why they
and well sculpted balls.
and nice abs. He had the good Jesus abs as
did.
well.
Jesus ass. That's
those
for the OG
Carpenter
abs.
biceps.
I feel like he wasn't a hairy man. He was very like, yeah.
He tweezed.
He
He
did a little.
did some
Threading.
threading.
He was
yeah,
threaded.
He did,
People
he did
threading.
threading.
he was threading. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
threading. Quiet over there.
You're supposed to be quiet.
All right.
Ooh, harsh.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Read the story, Vijay.
Yes. Now shut up.
Quit screwing
Don't
around.
interrupt. Don't interrupt.
You are interrupting,
Zip
B
it.
man. You that
Yeah,
goes
that
for
is
you.
rude.
Knock, knock.
Fuck
Come on.
off.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting Beaveman.
Moo.
Khalas. So done with you. Ambrosia had always known she was different. Ever since she was little, she could see the spirits of the dead. At first, it was innocent, a shadowy figure here, a whisper there. But as she got older, the ghosts became more insistent. Their pale faces, hollow eyes, and the cold touch of their presence on her shoulder or in the air were constant reminders that her life would never be normal. Now 17, Ambrosia had grown accustomed to the sight of the dead. She no longer flinched when they appeared at the foot of her bed or stared through her as she walked down the halls of her high school. They had become part of her reality. But lately, something was different. The ghosts were more desperate, their eyes filled with something beyond sorrow, terror, and fear. It started one fall evening during spooky season when Ambrosia was walking home from her after-school job at the local coffee shop. Pardon me. The streets were empty, the air thick with the smell of burning leaves. A cold gust of wind swept through the street, making her shiver and the hairs on her arms tingle. As she passed an old abandoned house on the corner, she saw him, standing in the window, staring down at her. The man was young his skin pale and translucent, like all the others, but his eyes, they were wild, concerned, and desperate. He raised a finger and pointed down the road, as if urging her to follow. Penelope hesitated for a moment.
Oh, that's her. It should be Ambrosia.
Oh, sorry. I was like,
I changed her
who
name.
the fuck is Ambrosia? Sorry, I just saw that. Ambrosia hesitated for a moment.
Good
But
continuity.
something, be quiet.
Sorry, I changed her name because I wanted it.
Yeah, I like Ambrosia.
And it's
Ambrosia
pronounced Penelope.
Penelope.
You
Yeah.
need to be quiet, Beaveman.
So if you see that anywhere,
Got
shoot
it.
Yeah.
Ambrosia. Ambrosia hesitated for a moment, but something about his gaze pulled her forward. As she turned the corner, she saw the first clue, a missing person's poster fluttering on a telephone pole. The girl in the picture was young, no older than Ambrosia, with long dark hair and a bright smile. Beneath the picture was a name, Emily Thorne. She had been missing for weeks, her disappearance making headlines in their small town. Ambrosia felt a chill run down her spine. She could sense the ghost of the man still watching her, urging her forward. For the next few nights, she followed his silent directions, leading her deeper into the mystery of Emily's disappearance. The more she uncovered, the more she realized Emily was not the case of a runaway. There was something darker lurking beneath the surface, something sinister. Each night, the man would appear, pointing her toward the hidden clues. An abandoned car by the river, a forgotten jacket in the woods, a torn photograph behind an abandoned, boarded-up building. It was the...
Was that the TB?
I'm sorry?
The TB over there or what?
No, I'm just sorry, I'm congested. It was as if the ghost knew exactly what had happened, but could not speak the truth. Then one night, the visions became more intense. Ambrosia began to see flashes of Emily's last moments, terrifying glimpses of her running through the woods, her breath coming in shallow, terrified gasps as she stumbled over roots and rocks. Ambrosia could feel her fear, her desperation. And then there was a man. He was tall, with dark hair and a cruel and sinister smile, chasing after her, closing in. The visions left Ambrosia breathless, her heart pounding in her chest. She knew she was closer than anyone else had come to solving Emily's disappearance. But now the danger felt real, imminent. The serial killer was still out there, and the ghost that had been guiding her was not just any spirit. He was the killer's first victim. The truth hit her like a freight train. The man who had been leading her all this time was trying to right the wrongs of his own murder. He wanted Ambrosia to catch the killer, to stop him before he claimed another life.
Good Lord.
One night, as she followed the ghost to a remote cabin deep in the woods, Ambrosia felt an overwhelming sense of dread. She knew this was it, the place where the killer had his secrets, where he brought his victims. The cabin was dark, the windows boarded up, but she could hear someone inside. A muffled scream. Her heart raced as she approached the door. Her psychic senses screaming at her to turn back. But she couldn't, not now, not when she was so close. As she pushed the door open, the overwhelming stench of death hit her. The room was small, cluttered, with old furniture and storage trinkets. Oh, and strange trinkets. But it was the figure in the corner that caught her attention. A man, tall with dark hair, his back to her, was hunched over a struggling figure tied to a chair. It was Emily, alive, but barely. Ambrosia's blood ran cold as the man turned to face her, his cruel smile stretching across his face. "I've been expecting you," he said, his voice low and menacing. "You've been getting too close." Before she could react, the room filled with a sudden, icy cold, an unnatural chill that froze the air around her. The ghost of the man, her guide, had returned, his face twisted with anger. He lunged at the killer, his hands reaching out to grasp him, to drag him into the abyss where he belonged. The killer screamed, thrashing as the ghost grip tightened, pulling him into the shadows. Ooh! Ambrosia watched in horror and awe as the man who had terrorized their town was finally consumed by the very spirits he had tried to silence. When it was over, the room felt deathly quiet. Emily, weak but alive, sobbed quietly in the corner. Ambrosia knelt beside her, cutting Emily free. The ghost, his vengeance fulfilled, stood in the doorway, his face no longer twisted with fear and pain. He gave Ambrosia a a silent thank you, and then faded into the night. Ambrosia knew that she would never be free from the spirits that haunted her, but for the first time, she didn't feel afraid. She had faced the darkness and won, but deep down, she knew there were always more ghosts, more secrets, and the darkness was never far behind. Oh my God, I love that story. That was great.
Thanks.
That was excellent.
The narrator kind of sucked balls.
Fuck off. I was better
if
than
would
you.
have read it nicely, it would have been fine, but you
I
were
have
jerky.
questions. I have some questions.
My narration was excellent. You can
No, it
suck
was
my
not.
dick.
You breathe too much and cough too much.
Whatever. I was congested.
Anyway, by the way, I have some questions. I have some questions
yes.
that are plaguing the listening audience, so I'm going to act on their behalf.
Too much. What the fuck?
You just said one of the last lines where she would never be afraid again, yet you originally said that she wasn't afraid anymore of the spirit she was seeing.
Not of seeing them. I don't know. I wrote it in like an hour while I was outside raking leaves.
The other question is, how did this lady ever masturbate if she was consistently surrounded?
Maybe she was
by
okay with
spirits
them
and
watching.
everything?
Maybe
I mean,
that was
okay,
part
well
of the
then-
erotic
okay,
stuff
well, that's
that
some
happened.
weird kink that she's
I mean,
into then.
why did you even go there with that?
Because
Like,
that was the first thing that I wondered.
well, clearly
You
you're a
said that
disturbed
they're always
individual.
around.
Yeah, but maybe they give her privacy for her private moments. She'd be like, "Okay, guys,
Okay,
we're about to take care of some
let me ask
business."
Vajish,
Yes.
that's a
Yes.
pretty reasonable thought. Did you not think that also? If they're always around, you're like, how's this lady masturbating?
No, I think I don't think they're
How's she
around
dropping a Duke?
24/7.
How's she dropping a
She
Duke?
might be dropping a Duke and they don't care.
I mean, they poop too. Ghosts can poop.
I don't think that's accurate. Okay, and then the other question I had was, why did this serial killer change their modus operandi? I mean, if they originally killed a dude, did he decide that he wanted to kill women? Is he killing both?
He's
What's the
killing
age
young
range?
children. Like
Oh, now they're children.
they're teenagers. They're teenagers.
Oh, he doesn't care.
He
Just
kills
teenagers in general.
Yes.
Because it seems like if you're going to select a victim, generally speaking, you're not going to go with a teenage boy.
Well, maybe he was. I don't know.
Testosterone is highest.
Why are
among,
you picking apart my story?
Because that's what he likes to do. He thinks his is great and ours suck.
Just asking a question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These are questions that you have to understand. So we don't have people in the audience. So I'm asking the questions as if I am the audience member.
I thought we were just telling a story. You didn't know he had to pick apart each other's
We're
stories.
not picking it apart. I'm asking questions
Mm-hmm.
because I'm interested. Because this story was so much better than yours, Vajish.
I think it was. I agree with that. Yes, she did a great job. Mine was a different kind of story. It was a short story. Hers is long and building.
I feel
Much
like
better
hers
than
was
yours.
also a short story, just like mine
Mine
was.
was
Yours
They're-
was
they're
not
stories.
short.
That is still a short story, Vajish.
Mine was a snippet.
Snippet. A snippet.
Yours was the thought on
Mine
the
was
back of a menu.
No, it was not. I'm going to turn this into a murder ballad song.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait for her to turn this into a murder ballad.
It's going to be great.
Oh, it's going to be fine.
I'm going to work on it with Darcy and we're going to sing it together.
Oh, Darcy, Darcy, Darcy. It's always Darcy.
No, she's just a good singer.
Yeah, she's just a good singer. Darcy.
Unlike you can't sing.
Did I say I could?
I don't know. Do you think you can sing?
Do you? Do you?
My
Maria?
gummy's kicking in. Sorry.
All right then. Well, that was fun. It would have been so nice to get some other stories also.
Well,
Like,
maybe
from
we
the
could
rest
do
of the Slaptail
You
squad.
do a second part and do the other
Well, the
story.
second part will come out after. It would come out after Halloween, though.
That's okay. You can still have spooky stories after Halloween. It doesn't have to be.
It would literally be the day after Dia de los Muertos.
Okay.
Marco, do you have a spooky story?
He saw his roommate naked.
Ooh, hi-yo.
anybody.
That's spooky.
That's
That's
anybody.
spooky.
Yeah, you saw your roommate naked. Is that a spooky
That's
story?
a spooky story.
All right
Had to
then.
cut his toenails.
Well,
That's even more spooky.
Ew.
Ooh, okay.
I don't want to watch anybody cutting their
I
toenails.
once cut this guy's toenails, and I was doing my orientation. Well, not my orientation, my clinicals.
Yeah.
And somehow this toenail just flew right between my glasses and my face and lacerated my eye.
No, it
sucked.
didn't.
Yes, it did.
Good.
Remember that, Swan? It cut right
do.
through the cornea
Yeah.
and the freaking
What?
sclera.
Wait, somebody's toenail flew across and hit you in the eye and cut your eyeball?
Yeah,
Yes.
those little fuckers are like projectiles.
God damn it. That's awful.
Yeah.
That hurt like a
It was
motherfucker.
somebody's toenail. Oh, God.
Very painful. It
A
was very
patient.
Just all the gunk on it. Ugh.
Not his, a patient's.
I know
that
the
he was
patient's
cutting,
toenail. I'm
yeah.
just like, bleh. Yuck.
Yeah.
And it went in your eye. Whoa.
I mean, I don't. It would be worse if it went in your mouth.
Oh! You're talking to them as you're gonna bloop. You
No.
start getting pieces in
Yeah.
your mouth.
I mean, I did
Oh,
podiatry.
God.
I
Okay,
did
stop. We're
podiatry
done.
for like 7 years, and you close your mouth when you cut.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's why you also wear a face shield
Face
when you drain
shield.
an abscess.
Oh
Yep.
God, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I would love to do that. That's fun.
I was
You couldn't
totally.
even take the story about the toenail.
the toenail's gross, but abscesses are cool. They're like all the
I'm
stuff
pretty
going
sure
out.
that you would vomit.
You'd vomit because it smells really bad.
smells-
I'm sure it smells bad, but I still want to watch it. It's fun. I love like watching Dr. Pimple Popper. Or
Yeah,
something.
but the smell that goes with those
I've heard
is
it's
so gross.
awful.
It
Yeah.
is like sweaty balls times 1,000
Oof.
and putrid.
You just
I
have to.
don't-
Can you
Yes,
shove stuff up your nose
putrescence.
before you
It
do?
doesn't even help. You can put
You can
Vicks,
still smell- yeah.
Vicks Vapor Rub on and a mask or whatever, but it doesn't help at all.
Marco's over here
Literally.
shaking his hands like,
Serious
no.
putrescence.
Like,
Oof.
okay, let's talk.
People who do PSL3.
Yeah,
What that means.
Biosecurity level 3, which
But-
is really
like
bad.
biohazard
Oh, yeah,
mask.
anyway.
Yeah.
That's awful.
So, what is the worst smell that you've smelled, Gigi?
Ooh. Let me think. What is the worst smell?
Yeah, I feel like GI bleed's pretty gross.
Fournier's gangrene.
Ooh, yeah, that's bad.
Um,
too. Yeah, ooh.
That's a good question.
She's not smelled that
Like
much
rotten
bad smell
hummus?
then.
No, no.
The, Marco, the fridge at your
No.
current place, the freezer.
Gigi's
Rotting.
underwear.
No.
Oh, harsh.
The freezer.
The freezer at your current place is probably the worst. Yeah.
I don't know. One time, one of my kids had RSV, and had when he was a baby, and shot out green shit that smelled awful. But that wasn't that bad. I'm trying to think of like vomit. Really makes me scent of vomit is pretty bad. But
What's
I
it
don't-
like to have a normal life like that?
I have not. I mean, I've smelled zits where things have popped, and it's like, ooh, that's kind of rancid. But I can only imagine the extent of that smell.
Sebaceous
I have
cyst.
smelled a garbage dump, and that's pretty bad.
Okay. All right then. Also,
Also?
we made a nice little video this week. So
So funny.
that Swan did it like a promo video, which is fine, but it was actually a video. I was trying to do it for two reasons. So we're gonna relabel it also, and then we'll put it on YouTube. And then we'll probably have that link available at the next show. Well, no, we can do it before.
I can
We
re-edit
can do it before
and
I
post
edit
it.
We can
Yeah.
do it before I edit this
Yeah.
podcast. So that'll be fun. We'll link that on there. It was fun. We're gonna start making stupid videos.
I enjoyed it. That was,
They're not stupid. They're very serious.
Yeah, that too.
It
They're
was
very
fun.
serious. They're stupidly serious.
Yeah,
I was
most of them are just going to be.
Yes.
They're going to be parodies on movies. Is what they're going to be.
I was impressed of how well you, when we aimed the item at you, how well you cut it in half.
Skills, like years of
Got skills.
training.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty good.
Mad sword skills. I
I
got
do.
sword
I
skills.
do. They're not as
That's
good as
true.
my sword skills are much better than my spear skills.
Yes. My
true.
spear.
Swan said.
My hammer, also my hammer skills, not as good as my sword skills.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm much better at poking and cutting.
Poke, poke, poke.
Your dagger skills are on point.
Yeah.
Get it?
Much better than
On
bludgeoning.
point. Did you get it? Get it? On point.
Bludgeoning.
Much better than nailing things.
Yeah, you're not very good
Nailed
at a hammer.
it!
With a
Nailed
hammer.
it.
Okay, well, so we'll do that. When this comes out, I will have already done my show on Saturday. Mike isn't with us today because he has a show on a Tuesday.
That's, yeah.
I got a show on a Saturday. Mike's got a show on a Tuesday.
We're going to get a lot of people, I think, for the.
You better advertise
totally
the
different show.
shit out of that.
I have been.
We
Anyway,
advertise some more.
So we got that coming up.
Hey.
And then we'll have our stuff. But Swan is in charge of talking about that. So I'm done talking about my show. I should probably shout out my show. No, it'll already be over.
It'll be
It'll be
over.
over. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but you can talk. No, forget it.
No, it's fine.
I'll talk about it later.
We'll
After,
talk about
after
it
I've
later.
had the show.
We'll recap.
After I've done the show. Yeah.
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 Oh, adios, mooch fuckos.
And from this one, our next Slap Your Tail comedy show is on Saturday, November 2nd at the Dormouse Theater in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The doors open at 7:30 p.m. The show starts at 8:30. We're going to have some killer popcorn. We're going to have some food at that show. That's been confirmed. And we have two amazing, hilarious, super funny comedians that are going to be featured and headlining. So you'll check them out. It's going to be great. And then our next open mic.
Did you not want to say their names for some
Oh,
reason?
I don't know. Sure, I can say their names. Brianna Blackburn. Blackburn. That's the problem is I have like a speech impediment or something. And Calvon Brown. So yeah, totally excited about that. Super freaking cool. We'll post their little link to their stuff so you can check them out in this show notes. And our next open mic is every third Thursday at the Dormouse Theater in Kalamazoo, Michigan as well. The next one will be November 21st. And we are still looking for some spots. If you are a comedian and you want a spot, reach out to slaptailsquad@gmail.com or hit us up on social media, Slaptail Nation. Bye from the Swan.
Masalama ya habibis.